So hey guys, today we're going to be going over some tips and tricks for Necesse. And if you guys didn't know, I've played this game a good amount, so I'm actually pretty decent. So it's starting the tutorial here, apparently. But the main thing about Necesse is I was going to do a video on Necesse. It was going to be kind of like scripted thing. So the general idea was going to be like I'm going to just start a new world and I'm going to pretend like I've never played this game before. And it was going to be a let's play type kind of video with some cuts and whatnot. We're going to do some off-screen things. And the idea was I was going to beat the game in the first part of the let's play. And I had everything kind of prepared, but a few things ended up happening. So first, mid me recording that video, there was an update, so all the graphics kind of changed, and it was taking a while to actually like set this all up. So yeah, that the footage became kind of unusable for that reason, but I just started again, of course. But then after that, we had yet another issue. The issue this time was with my system, so I kind of just crashed. And by crashed, I mean it was like horribly corrupted. So I lost all of that footage that I recorded. But yeah, I still have some tips and tricks for you guys regardless. I mean, if you still want to see that video despite knowing that it's all basically just a skamaz, I could try making it one last time, I guess. Yeah. But essentially how the flow of that video went is we were on the starting island, and I'm going to read the first part of the tutorial thing, right? It's going to say cut down trees, right? And I'm going to just act like, oh, I thought it said cut down like all the trees on the island. And the reason is that I'm going to make this wooden box. This wooden box probably doesn't look that important right now, but believe me, this wooden box exists for a reason. So right now I'm pretending, well, like at this part of the kind of like script, I am pretending this is more or less going to be this is going to be my new house, and we specifically built this on a pirate kind of cove, right? So the idea here of why I actually need this box is to do the min clear, I guess, right? But essentially for this Necesse, to beat the game, you have to beat specifically, there are 3 mandatory bosses. So the first one is going to be the pirate captain. The second one is going to be Sage and Grit. And then there is the final boss. So I was going to min clear all 3 of these. And to min clear this, one of the annoying factors about this boss in particular, so let me take off a piece of the set for now. Annoying thing about this is, let's go ahead and aggro the boss, right? So if I aggro the boss, and we'll just bring him over. Well, first things first, all of these pirate recruits he has with him, he's going to have a bunch of those guys. And we also have to build this box within a certain range of pirate captain, otherwise he might de-aggro. But see those birds spawning, and some of those pirate recruits, it might be hard to tell, but they were essentially spawning because of the pirate captain being aggroed, and they weren't actually part of the pirate cove or whatever. But yeah, I do have some tips and tricks for newer players. So we're going to just boot up a whole nother world, kind of just restart, I guess. So let's go back to main menu. Let's do new world. Doesn't matter. Just yeah. All right. The difficulty doesn't super matter. I'll just put on brutal for fun. I'm used to playing on brutal anyways, so whatever. Great world, and then we'll just play with this character. We won't even make a new character. So first thing you want to do when you boot up, I mean, if we want to progress really fast, but there's technically speedrun strategies, but the strategies I have, I think, are pretty beginner friendly to execute. So we're going to start by looking at the chest that we have from the Elder. So The Elder has some health potions, bread, local dungeon map, local village map, settlement flags that you can yoink. So you don't really have to deal with this stuff, but the settlement is useful for certain things. The main thing you're going to want to do is you're going to grab the leather dashers. For the min clear, I believe I was using just the leather dashers, and I was pretty much just practicing that for quite a few hours, but I mean, it never got quite finished, but whatever. This next part is optional, but we can go down here, and the item you're looking for specifically is going to be a Zephyr Charm, if you can find one. If you don't want to do this, you can skip this step, but essentially, if you do get the Zephyr Charm, you can upgrade into the Zephyr Boots a little bit later. So it's nice if you can find them at this point. But if you can't, it's still fine, and you can maybe look for them later. But next thing we're going to do is we're just going to head out here. If you do use the maps, they're kind of useful, I guess, moderately. So I guess we'll just use some. And we'll put this on too. All right, so we're a little faster. So if we grab this and this, it'll show the nearby areas. So we have 5, neg 3, neg 1, neg 3. So we're just going to head any direction. It doesn't really matter. We just need to hit the border. And when we hit the border, it'll take us to a different map. It'll give us the option to travel, right? So we can travel east, we can travel technically west, despite us being on this side. So if I want to travel specifically to the west here, I can go swamp like this, and then I can go travel. And then this is the starter island, right? So I can go here, here, wherever is fine, right? And if I want to travel up, I can of course travel up the same kind of way, right? But right now we're going to go to maybe the dungeon entrance. So maybe you've been playing a little while. So if you have, then you might have some bombs. So notably, let's go ahead and grab some things, I guess. So let's grab, let's see. My brain is like completely fried. How do I open my inventory again? Oh, right, buttons. All right, so let's just grab, for now, I guess, some wood. So I can kind of show this off. I mean, this character's like pretty maxed out, but all right. Workstation, up the workstation. We need one more. Wait, is this a village? Did I go to the wrong area? No, wait, this is, what? What is that? All right, so let's grab a wood pickaxe, I guess. Wait, is this a village? Did I go to the wrong place? No, this is just a structure, right? Is that an NPC? Farmer NPC. So we could easily rob him here. All right. Not really going to do that here, but all right. If we go to the dungeon and we grab our wood pickaxe, you'll notice that these blocks are actually straight up unbreakable. And you need a higher tier pickaxe. I don't remember exactly what tier, but for example, this pickaxe I have here will break through this like butter. It's not even a problem. But there's also another way to technically break through this wall, and that's with bombs. So if you have seen my one live stream on Necesse, you'll have seen me gather dungeon walls like this. So you can do this to grab building materials really easily from the dungeon. You just bomb the walls, but you have to be a little bit careful because the walls you specifically might not be able to break them with your pickaxe, right? So at worst, if you like really troll with your placements, you might end up just locking yourself in a box you can't break out of. Is there a respawn option? No. So you'll have to like, I don't even know what you have to do in order to break out. Maybe you can bomb yourself, I guess. But yeah, really be careful about that. But this is good for building housing, just getting blocks from here, and these are walls you can use. If you were to just blow up a regular wall in like one of the dungeony areas, like if we were to, I guess it wouldn't be here. Can I even build this here? Let me check actually. Oh, yeah. So if we were in a cave like this, if we blow up these walls, so let's grab a bomb like this. This drops stone, which we can technically craft into walls, but stone doesn't craft that efficiently into walls, nor does wood, right? So it's more efficient to just simply do some bombing. Where's my crafting bench? Oh, over here. So let's see. This takes 5 stone to make some stone walls. So if we convert everything here, that's 17 walls. So I mean, it's still like fairly efficient, but you still have the crafts and stuff. Dungeon wall. This is like 1 bomb's worth of dungeon wall, right? And then we have technically wood. Wood is somewhat inefficient to make walls with. For every single tree you chop down, it takes a while to chop down trees, honestly, with like a low level anything. I mean, this literally can't break the tree, I think. But if we were to use a low level wooden axe, it would still take a while to break every single tree. So it's just quite a bit faster to either like craft here, but it does take wood to, I guess, make the crafting station anyways. So yeah, it's faster to, in general, just bomb out like dungeon wall. And dungeon wall, in my opinion, looks nicer than stone walls. So we can just place down some stone walls to check, I guess. So here, dungeon wall. And then we have some stone wall. And this just, I mean, I prefer the wall on the left personally. And you're able to get access to this as a building material fairly early on if you have bombs, right? And I guess you can probably bomb these walls too, right? And that's a way you can technically break out if you get stuck, but yeah. The reason I made blocks specifically for the Pirate Cove, or whatever, the pirate area, is specifically because I want to keep out spawns. That's about it. And we can go here. We can travel pretty quickly, so we can do this. And then we can travel northeast. I don't really care. We'll go, I don't know, here. I think I can travel a good bit. Oh, there's a pirate village there. So let's travel to the north. And this allows us to travel to the south, which to our south is a pirate village. So we can enter here now. So the thing about the pirates that spawn here is these guys actually don't ever respawn. So if I kill them like so, right? These guys will never respawn. But if you aggro the pirate captain, a bunch of these pirate recruits will keep spawning forever, essentially. So let's see if we can find him. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find him, but the thing about the guys that the pirate captain spawns is specifically that they just they will always just keep spawning outside of your field of vision, so they will spawn off screen. So you want to build a box that you can run in, but you still want to be able to see the box on your screen for the most part, if possible, to prevent the pirate recruits from entering your box, right? And one of the things that you can do really early on in the game that's fairly consistent is you can immediately find a pirate cat village. And if you have some building blocks, it's kind of nice because you can just enter an area like this and then you can block yourself off. Right now I don't really have much to block myself off with, but let's pretend I just run here real quick and then we can go like this. And then I'm just sealed off and these guys can't break walls, and then I'm just free to loot. Or if I want to do it a different way, we have ability to, let's break that. If we stand here, we can actually loot this barrel and grab lifeline or whatever else is in the chest here. We don't actually have to enter the buildings. So like here, we can get a genie lamp like this. Here, we can get the cutlass, which is a lot better. I think this is like 7 times better than starting equipment. So you can just come here, grab this real quick, grab the that trinket as well. So you can do that, I guess. And you can also grab some of the workbenches here, like carpenter's bench here, or the forge here. And then the whatever equipment is available here, right? There's also some gold you can technically pick up as well. And you can just loot this and leave without killing the pirate captain. It's perfectly fine until you're prepared. But just coming to this area or a higher level area in general and looting it, I think this one is probably the easiest one to do really quick. So it's either this or the dungeon that are particularly fast to kind of like loot from. Do I have some food on me? Oh, all right, whatever. We eat raw food. Don't matter. But yeah, that's a pretty quick and easy way to just get some loot. You can just go visit pirate villages and loot from their chests real quick and kind of just dip out. And there is a shooting pattern. I mean, it's hard to show it when it's night, but for the pirate recruits, all you have to do to really dodge them, even if I'm not like super high speed like this, I mean, I have a lot of move speed, but you just have to simply keep on moving, and you don't want to move in a straight line in comparison to where the pirate recruit is standing. So let's say the pirate recruit is standing here. If I run like this, I'm going to get shot, right? But if I run like kind of circular like this, kind of bob and weaving like this, I'm not very likely to actually get shot. And on brutal, like the difficulty I'm on right now, if I was just starting out, I would get 1 or 2 shot by pirate recruit. If I grab a lifeline, I do get the extra life, so I'm 3 hit instead of 2. And for the pirate captain is actually not as heinous to beat as you might think. So we'll go aggro him right now. I mean, it is still night, so it'll be kind of hard to see, whatever. So the pirate captain's pattern is pretty easy. He just shoots a cannon at you, and if there's a wall obstructing, he doesn't fire. Like the pirate recruits, they also don't fire if there's a wall obstructing. Like, it's kind of hard to tell because he instantly died, but look at this, he's not shooting. There's a wall obstructing. Right now I gotta one-shot them because I'm kind of too OP, but the other thing is that the pirate captain is going to just... I'm going to stay still, and... Oh, I think I iframed it. Wait, does he not do damage to me because my gear's too high level? Oh, there we go. If he gets a direct hit on you and you stand immediately in the center of the explosion of the cannonball he fires, then that happens and you take a lot of damage. If you're on the outside of it, so let's see if we can... So that, I was a little farther, so that was 34 instead of 60. And if you're really on the outside, you only take like 1 to 3 damage. So right there, I took 1 damage, right? So it's distance based, how much damage you take. So you just have to be a little bit aware of that. And he's not too hard to beat. Also, he does contact damage in this phase, and he has 2 phases. So that's all you really have to worry about. So the easy way I have to beat him is that you want to, if possible, aggro him, and then get him to phase 2 would be nice because he can go through walls in phase 2. But if you can only get him to well, if you only have him on phase 1, it's viable to just bomb him to get him to phase 2 and then lure him to a box. And when you lure him to a box, you keep all of these pesky parrots and pirate recruits that you see are just they just keep on spawning, right? So right now they wouldn't be an issue to me, but if I'm doing very low damage and I need to min clear the pirate captain, these guys are really annoying and make life difficult. So box strategy all the way, right? And you need a fairly sizey box because you want to dodge the explosions and also the pirate captain ramming into you. So you can do this with like dungeon wall and then just make one wall out of wood that you can break down. So you can actually exit the box. That's probably my recommendation on how to do this. But yeah. You can just do that. And then you can kill the pirate captain, and notably the pirate captain never actually despawns. There's no time limit on this. I don't think any of the bosses have time limits aside from exactly the first one, which is the demonic what's his face. Don't even remember his name. He's not that important. Whatever. So let's just, I don't remember what happened there, but whatever. And then after you defeat him, you can recruit him and he kind of joins your village or whatever. But he's not always going to drop all of these things, right? So carpenter's bench, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Hand cannon, that's nice, I guess. He doesn't always drop the hand cannon. You can buy the hand cannon from him if he doesn't drop it, so that's not the big deal. The big thing that we want is the deep ladder down, which is used to reach deep caves. So this is essentially a harder version of every single caves area, and every single area has one. So the next thing we'll want to do immediately after beating the broken pirate here, the thing I was going to do is I was going to look for this structure here, where specifically, what button was it again? Oh, there's an emote button. Huh. I mean, you can't really see my character's face, so not really useful, but torches are. Alright. You can use this to quick place. And this structure is the one where there are a bunch of things just chilling. So here we have a demonic anvil, and we have the tungsten workstation, so we can just enter this, grab the tungsten workstation, demonic anvil, and we can skip having to grind the materials to kind of make this, right? So we can just grab this and leave, unless you also want some of the loot here, because there is some good loot. Like, for example, now we can get life crystals, or life quartz. So we can grab this life quartz here, and we can essentially make this into extra max health. So you can do that here immediately if you wish after beating the pirate captain. I mean, for the run I had planned, like the scripted video, we were only going to maybe grab the tungsten workstation. I don't know if we actually need it. Yeah, I don't think we need it, but it's nice quality of life if you want to grab that. And there are also some chests here that might have some loot. Let's go check if there's anything good in here. Shadow Gate. Here. Bell Potion Dynamite. Nothing like super insane here, I guess. Just some potions, I guess. Alright. So we can just leave now, I guess. And we can pick this back up, so we can use it again later. We'll just toss out this for now. So the next area I was going to go to, well, this isn't relevant anymore for like the more like startery tips or whatever of this video. The next thing we're going to have to do is we have to find a desert. And then we just will try to find the mainland here. Cool. And then we'll simply just drop the ladder here, and then there's always like a rune structure here. We might be able to get like some moderate loot here. I have a hard time spotting the loot here. This area is a little bit hard to survive, so it'd be nice if I had a better weapon at this point, but I mean, min clear, right? So here at the center, right here, is where you spawn Sage and Grit. So I can't really do that right now without dying, because, you know, I kind of butchered my own health bar quite hard by just face tanking everything, but, you know, it is what it is. Did I die? Oh yeah, I popped Lifeline. But here there's some chests I was probably going to loot here. But basic idea, you beat Sage and Crit here. It allows you to challenge the final boss, which is in more or less the next area. And yeah, that's about it. So after you go ahead and beat this, I guess, you have the final boss, and that's the game. Well, for the most part. Next up, I guess you would have incursions. But yeah, for the most part, this is what I can offer in terms of like advice to newer players starting up Necessity. You don't have to like do standard linear progression. You don't have to go like wood items into iron, gold, whatever, steel. You can just skip quite far ahead pretty fast and get to the late game. And then you can, well, it depends on how you prefer to play, I guess, but you can, I guess, grab all of your strong items quite early on and then collect whatever you need from the lower tiers much faster. So this is the method I would prefer to play Necessity now, after putting in like a few hundred hours into Necessity, I guess. But yeah, there's not a whole lot I have left to say, except maybe like boss patterns if you guys are interested in that, or something, some other things like building or whatnot. But yeah, for the most part, the other things worth mentioning, I guess, is that the first boss spawns with a mysterious portal, I believe, right? So if you beat that boss, it drops uh extra max health. So if you're struggling with the pirate captain, if you're trying to skip it for whatever reason, you know, some people like doing dancer skip for Dark Souls, you know, just or not dancer skip, early dancer. So you have to beat dancer eventually, but you can also fight dancer early on to kind of jumpstart your character and get stronger than you normally would be otherwise. So I typically also do that. But anyways, if you beat the pirate captain, he gives you 2 extra trinket slots, I believe. So let's see if I can exit out here safely. Take me to spawn. All right. So with the guardian, it gives you plus 100 max health. You start at like 100, putting you at 200, and then you get like an additional 100 from life quartz, and making life potions or whatever, like permanent increased life potions. So that's kind of how you get max HP. And then you start at let's see, 4 trinkets, I believe, and then you get 1 from beating, I think, the wizard or something. And then the next one you get from being the pirate captain, and then the 3rd extra slot here you get from beating the final boss, I believe, putting you at 7 trinket slots. If you beat the pirate captain, you can actually skip this one entirely, and you get just plus 2 trinket slots altogether. So it puts you at 6 overall. And the demon guardian, technically, if you want to beat him faster, you could also go to the pirate village, grab like a cutlass or a genie's lamp from there, and then we can go to our starting village or wherever and challenge the boss that spawns from the mysterious portal. So we can do that. And yeah, that's kind of how that goes. And other tip, I guess, is you will start with a book. So it's not going to be this book. This book shows all the items in the game, so this is an upgraded version. So it should be, I think, something you start with, right? Yeah. So I don't have it anymore. But if I go ahead and grab some wood. Oh. Workstation. Wait, we already have a workstation here, don't we? I mean, we should, I think, right? Oh, yeah. Workstation. Drop this. So we have, where is it? Should be here somewhere, right? Can we not craft it here? Well, whatever. We should have the other recipe thing. Whatever it's called. Let's see. Blood Bolt, Shadow Bolt, not quite. Well, whatever. It's a recipe book that you just essentially put in an item and you can see what it crafts for you. So if we put in ectoplasm, it'll show what I can craft using ectoplasm. So that's a thing that's kind of useful to check what materials you can use for what you can make with what materials. So I think that's the last important thing, and also you can use like beds to set your spawn. And you can also use them for healing, but they need to be placed into what is considered a room. So this is considered a room because it has a door and walls. Floor doesn't matter. And I think you might need a light source. You can just place down a torch like so, and that probably counts from what I remember. So yeah, that's about it, right? And there are some other interesting neat tips, but one of the things you should make sure to do, I guess, is, well, let's go through here real quick. We're going to just go on through here, and we haven't seen any yet. There should be some soon. They are in pretty much every area, but if we looked at the desert specifically, there was just a lot of furniture lying around. You can pick it up with a pickaxe, or you can bomb it pretty quickly to get furniture for your settlement instead of having to make it on your own. What is that green HP bar over there? What? Oh, weird. Alright. I have no one has arachnophobia. What do we have here? Heavy hammer. This is like half as good as the cutlass. So yeah. Just in raw attack stat and whatnot. So yeah. Would highly recommend just grabbing stuff from just yoinking from a higher level area and just getting the weapons from there to start, because it'll just make everything progress faster. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.